This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
Hi there, Blue Noses, and welcome to It's Wednesday, so it must be Watto. If you want to subscribe and like and do all that stuff, please do. It does help, and it makes sure that you get all my stuff. Anyway, I did promise you last week that if there was no significant news that I would tell you all about what football was like in the 90s. Well, I've decked that. The goings on at St Andrews since we last spoke are incredible. We're Sky's news item. They're using us as a tennis ball. First of all, on deadline day, they're telling the world, never mind the Premiership. The big news is Birmingham City. They've spent £15 million on one player, breaking the record for the third division. Blah 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 blah. And they milked it to the point where they didn't finally confirm the information until 2 minutes before the 11 o'clock deadline. And they forgot to mention that we'd signed Scott Wright and the fantastic signing of Toyosi Iwata from Japan. Never going to mention, but Stansfield was, the big news of the day. Well, some of us were party to the fact that it was a done deal, and the fact that it would be done on the last day. It was all part of the plan. Anyway, then Sky, having used us to keep us hooked on this transfer day all day long, then start a campaign of saying, what are Birmingham City doing? This is not fair. This is too much money. This guy's not worth it. Why do you need a £15 million centre forward to win Division 3, League 1? Well, what a bunch of hypocrites. They had a panel there one day. I can't remember all the names, but Lee Hendry was one of them, and you know what he's like. Well, they're saying, they've taken a big risk here. If I don't think they're going to win the league, and all this money will be wasted, and they'll be in deep financial trouble again. Do you reckon, Mr. Wagner, a multi-millionaire who's made all his money legally, and is the kind of businessman that makes stupid decisions? Well, you can point to signing Wayne Rooney as manager, but that's nothing about business, is it? That's about knowledge of football, which he's learning. And I said, if we sign Stansfield, then all his mistakes, and same with Mr. Cook, are forgiven. We can all make mistakes, but when you do the right thing, I'm the first one to say, well done, mate, and so be it. Well, so we've had the usual back and forth tennis ball comments by people who are saying, we can't beat Warsaw. Well, they didn't beat us either. So we got a point at the game, and we're still favourites to qualify. So what's the problem? We tried 3 or 4 new players and a new formation, and it didn't work very well. And it couldn't have happened at a better time, because we've got 10 or 12 days before we have to play the mighty Wrexham. I was a bit peeved on Saturday, thinking, well, why have they got to play their game? They're a Welsh team, and Wales were playing, and they hadn't got a single Welsh player in either the a senior team or the under-21s who also played. So how does that work? They're about as Welsh as um, Lee Carsley is Irish. Nothing, nothing. So, I slipped the telly on Thursday night, and they're playing again. Old Wrexham, they take on the mighty Salford in the EFL Cup, and I'm thinking, maybe this could turn in our favour. They've now played 2 games in 5 days, and have got to come to St Andrews on Monday night. A game which I can't see because I can't get home. Thank you, Sky, for moving it to then. Now then, let's talk about Wrexham. Let's talk about Birmingham City. We've had 12 days to prepare for this, with all our players uh, rested, and one or two have played international matches. Um, Dykes has played a couple of games for Scotland. He'll be probably on the bench anyway. Pake's gone to Korea, I believe. I haven't read any reports that they have actually played a match, so who knows? Um, we should have that 2 game advantage on them. We've got enough players who haven't played a game since the Warsaw game, and we hope that tells in the end, because we run teams off the pitch anyway when they're fully fit. So if they're staggering a bit, we could end up doing very well. Now then, big ups to the ladies. I'd almost forgotten they existed because it's taken them so long to start their season. But start their season they did on Sunday, and Sunderland came to St Andrews as one of the top sides in the league last year, and almost took the lead, and it finished up Birmingham 5, Sunderland 0. And there were lots of new players on view, some of the old ones as well, and basically we murdered them, absolutely murdered them, and I'm so pleased for uh, these girls. They've had so many near misses in the previous seasons, but now they really did look the business, and we've signed. Ironically, we signed a new goalkeeper from abroad, and forgive me for not remembering her name. Um, but our goalkeeper at the moment is in the England squad. What are we doing? Are we doing the same as the men? Just spending and spending and spending. Who knows? Um, but well done, girls, and we look forward. Bristol City on Sunday. Again, tough opposition, and it'll be interesting to see how we figure in that game too. So uh, you'll probably find it on YouTube somewhere on Sunday afternoon, kick off 2 o'clock. Nice thing to watch as your Euro goes down after Sunday lunch. Now then, I also promised you a mention about the England team. Well, got to be honest, Saturday afternoon, I decided to watch some cricket rather than football. But I did watch the highlights, and we had this stupid situation where the Irish are getting upset because we've got 2 players in their side that have played for Ireland as kids and now play for England. Now, one of them's Grealish, who did score a good goal, to be fair. And I noticed that Lee Carsley, another Irish international, who lived, his father and me lived in the same street. We played football together 50 years ago, and I've met Lee, and he's a very nice young man and a very good coach. Um, but he played because his grandmother once had a drink of Guinness. Uh, he qualified for Ireland and did them proud. And he's a professional footballer. You know, he's. I know the Carsley family, and never the idea that any of them were Irish never crossed my mind. But anyway, that was the situation, and people, the Irish are moaning, the English are moaning. We've got an Irish manager. No, we ain't. He's as brummy as me, mate. Brummy as me. And lo and behold, to make the Birmingham connection even better, the head coach, Mr. Cole, is his assistant. Fantastic. Now, just looking at Mr. Cole's coaching record this year, he's coached Birmingham in 5 league games. Well, sorry, 4 league games, won 3, drawn 1. In the England job, he's coached 2 and won 2 and two clean sheets. So I think we're making a bit of an effort, aren't we? And so there you are, Sky. The England team, run by Birmingham City, are not on Sky. Right. What else is new? Oh yes, the Finland game. Yeah, my wife, as you know, some of you might know, is from Finland, and she normally goes to bed about 8 o'clock in the evening, but she stayed up to watch. She likes to watch the anthems, to be honest. And once that she sat it out for 40 minutes, and made me a cup of tea and said good night. You know, the whole thing had sent us asleep. But again, some good management. Things picked up in the second half. The mistakes, the shortcomings were rectified. Unlike the previous manager, who would reinforce, we haven't conceded a goal. Keep doing as boringly and as badly as you can, and we might nick a goal. But no, different ball game. Made some substitutions, which had a great effect, and it was left to good old Harry Kane to score 2 cracking goals, and the Finns, I can tell you from reading the Finnish newspapers, were content with they came to lose as little as possible, and basically they've come out half. So it's a job well done. So we are 2 for 2. Thank you very much, and thank you very much, Birmingham City's current and former staff, and captains and managers and whatever they were. Great news. Now then, what else is there? We look forward to this Wrexham game. We really do. It's going to be another full house. The live on Sky thing is the only thing that bothers me, in as much as we don't win many games on Sky. But the truth of the matter is, we have the 17 best players in the league. When we've signed, and they're all the ones we've signed. We haven't signed any rubbish. We haven't signed any maybes. We've signed solid performers, and there is no reason why we ever have to lose. There is a question about our goalkeeper. Now, people are saying the kids apparently he made a mistake for Ireland, Northern Ireland, in the week, cost a goal. So that's 3 games on the trot. He's done that. Now then, we can get on his back, like a lot of people have done. Equally, a lot of people are upset that the people getting on his back are getting on his back. So it's the moaners moaning about the moaners, and we can't. It's pointless. The fact is, he made a mistake in each of his last games. He only made 1 mistake in each of his last games. He didn't have a nightmare. He he gave away a goal in each game. Now, apart from Ireland, Birmingham City were capable of overcoming that by scoring more goals than he makes mistakes. Now then, leave the kid alone, right? The manager will make up his mind whether he's fit to play on Monday or not. My personal opinion, I'd put the other guy in, but that was my opinion before we started, and um, unfortunately, my uh, opinion hasn't been disproven as yet. I'm perfectly happy if the kid stays in the side and has a wonderful season. But at this point in time, I think the other bloke is better. That's the end of it. I don't need to be told off for saying that. It's a fact. At the moment, the other guy is looking better. When I say better, he's looking more confident and he's less prone to error. The technicalities of keeping goal, there's nothing to choose between them. They do the things right. But with all goalkeepers these days have got to kick the ball. And I think basically Allsop is better at that than Parker Bowles. He's more experienced and he does things simpler. Anyway, we'll see on Monday night, won't we? No good phoning in and writing in and telling me I'm an idiot. We all know that. I wouldn't be watching Birmingham City if I wasn't. Now then, I'm going to say goodbye now. God bless you all. Look forward to Monday night. There's no Tilton Talk Show Monday, but there will be one on Tuesday to discuss what had gone on the night before. So if you want to tune in at 6:30 on Facebook or YouTube, be my guest, and you'll see me and the boys and girls chewing the fat over the game, and of course looking forward to the following week, where I believe we play Peterborough, and I've got to try and get some tickets for that. Okay, God bless you all. See you next week. If it's Wednesday, it's Watto.